Good morning, David. Paul here. Off to the library to fill in forms for jobs and stuff. I thought I would show you this. Okay, I'm building another cabin. This is cabin number 4. Number 1 was a work of art. And I made a little discovery, which is ministry of the obvious, but I'll tell you about that in a second. What I have here is one of these Quechua tents which I've been staying in. It rattles around like crazy in the wind, and I need something better. And also, you know, moisture eventually starts to work through it, so it would be better if there was a moisture shield and then the tent. So I got some pallets here. They are 6 feet exactly long, and I tried all different arrangements of trying to get started on a new cabin, but I really need a lot more pallets. So what is the absolute minimum structure that I can just get up to protect the cabin? And lo and behold, it's an A-frame. So there are four pallets in there, and later I will get some roofing lats, which are only £2 a piece. I'll run one down here and one down here, and then I'll get these matched up together and fasten them together, so that I can get the maximum benefit out of them. But they just will not stand. I've tried to get them to stand straight and they're not having it. One of them will always slide. So try and get that done today, but I got so much to do today. So the trees that I said were round here and that had all died last year. If you remember, I made a big issue of these trees and how they were going to be great and all that stuff. Well, there's a one there, and that's solid, rock solid in the ground and doing great. So that's a survivor. And around at the other side, let's go around and have a little look around here. Okay. Round at the other side, lo and behold, I discovered yesterday that there's another one alive here. I'm absolutely sure that the rest of them are dead, but you never know. So that's 1, 2, right? That's 2 trees. And I'm creating a circular structure here of 12 trees, which will be knitted together to form a hedge, which will then conceal the cabin which is within. And then eventually the trees will even bond together. They will fuse together. Okay, so I got these from a company on Amazon, and the difference with these guys, these are much better, so much superior to what I had before. These guys are still in growth. There's new growth on all of them, and they're also potted. Now I've just fed them. I think I fed that one. Yes, I did. I'm sure I did. I've fed them all and watered them all with seaweed fertilizer. So I'm hoping they'll make a burst of growth and keep growing. I'm going to protect them like crazy. In fact, I've just had an idea. I might be able to put some of that tarpaulin, that transparent tarpaulin around, so that they'll be like living in a little greenhouse all winter. But anyway, they're going to be planted round there in a circle. I have my other tent here, which is just for pots and pans and stuff that I don't need. I'm slowly tidying up the site. A lot of stuff that see how beautifully they were packed. So there's a lot of stuff in there which I can use as mulch on top of these plants. And I'll try today and buy some fish blood and bone, which will help them to grow. I'll give them a dressing of that, and then they can bed down for the winter and start getting, if they can get their root system down, that's what's needed, so that they can survive the summer whilst I'm not here. Okay, so I will train plants over them so that they're shielded from the summer. All of this vegetation here, I'm going to train over the site and make it vanish. So hopefully they will survive this time, and I will have my cabin. Right, so I've got my cabin. So now I'm off to the library to fill in some forms for my Portuguese visa and also for work. Got to get some work, and that's basically it for now. So this building cabins is such hard work. I thought about sawing down some sycamore trees. They're a pest in this country. You don't need to worry about them. I thought about sawing some of them down, but you've got to haul the logs back, and it's just brutal hard work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the minimum structure, get it sound for the winter, and slowly just grow up my trees. And as pallets become easily available and I don't have to transport them from huge distances, then what I'll do is I'll extend the cabin and extend it and make a circular structure. And as for the roof, I can probably just buy timbers to do the roof, and that's it. So I need I got 4, and I need another 8 of those pallets at least to build the cabin that I'm trying to build, and that'll do for now. And that's it. So slowly getting there. Beautiful vegetation, looking lovely. It's all going to fall off the trees soon, and it's going to become quite exposed. So fortunately I'm in a recess here where I can't be seen by anyone from anywhere, and got to get myself hidden before the winter kicks in. But anyway, as winter kicks in, what happens is people are going out less and less and less. It's not as if you're going to have people stumbling upon you whilst out for a jolly walk in the middle of winter, because they're just not going to be doing that. They mostly stick to pathways, which is not here. There are no pathways. There you go. So, autumnal sun. Beautiful day. It wasn't very nice last night. I woke up sort of feeling panicky, and the reason for that is the not getting enough air. But anyway, as this cabin gets bigger and bigger, there'll be more air in it, and then I can open up the tent. The mosquitoes have gone now, so I'm at liberty to be able to sleep with the entrance here open. So I think tonight I'm going to be doing that. And I've got to tidy. But the main thing today is I've got to get these plants in the ground, and that's it. So very low maintenance. I think what I need to do with these guys is water them once a week, just once a week with my seaweed fertilizer, because they have to learn. They've got to direct themselves down into the soil. They've got to search for moisture downwards and be ready for the summer when it's going to get dry. It gets really dry up here, and you need to have a deep root system quickly. It's amazing what nature could do with the assistance of mankind. We could transform this planet. We could green the deserts. Vegetation is very good at reflecting infrared light, so if you want to make the planet cooler, one of the best things you can do is plant trees. It's not just about the sequestration of the carbon, it actually reflects infrared radiation back into space. So it gives you what you call a near infrared high albedo, very bright. So that is reflecting back into space. And I'm surprised that nobody mentions this, I think there's an agenda on the go where you mustn't come up with an idea that's going to solve the problem. They like to talk about problems rather than solving them. Okay, so that's it. Jesus be with you.